So the first time I visited a timber merchant, I made a right fool of myself. I didn't know what to do, where to go, how to prepare myself. In fact, I ended up accidentally walking into the staff room instead of the site office. It was not good. The point in this series is to save you from that stress. I'm going to be visiting various timber merchants around the UK to show you what to expect when you get there, hopefully making your first time as enjoyable as it should be. So today, we're in Loseley Park, which is just below Guildford, visiting one of my favourite sawmills for spectacular one-off pieces, and is a perfect starting point for anyone intimidated by a timber merchant. Hello everybody, we're here at Surrey Timbers today and we've got Brad showing us around. Brad, thank you very much for having us here. So, can you quickly sort of give us a rundown of what you guys do here?
Okay, so we're just a self-selection hardwood timber supplier. So we've got over 40 species here where you can come and select your own timber. We've got everything from apple to zebrano, ebony, you name it, we've got most of it. We supply a range of people, so we supply your local cabinet makers, your joiners, as well as your musical instrument makers, wood turners, we do a lot with them, and we do a lot of online shopping, or supplying even, and as well as hobbyists. That seems to be the main sort of, well, that is the main sort of part of our business now. Brilliant. It's dealing with the hobbyists. We can come in, select your own, and go from there really. Awesome. So let's have a look around, shall we? Okay, so from here I'll show you some of the stuff we've got. We do a lot of dining room table slabs for customers. So behind you can see we've got a big wild mango slab. That's 2.5 metres by about 1.1 metres. You know, that's what I always love seeing when I the mango slabs. Yes, yeah. So these are Mozambique. We source these from Mozambique, and they're about 70mm thick. The thickness varies on each of them. They come in pre-finished. You'd have to finish it yourself, obviously, or we can do it for you. But yeah, that all varies, and we can go through things like that when customers come in. We also do a lot of the just plain boards that you can make your own sort of chopping boards, things like that for the hobbyists. They tend to like all these. Or the do-it-yourself river tables that everyone seems to be doing now, whether you can call that. So that's the nice thing about this place, I think, that I want to highlight, is the fact that everything's pre-planed, which is good. You can actually see the grain. You don't need to come here with a block plane and sort of start trimming down boards to see what the actual grain looks like. Yes. This is the easiest type of sawmill you can go to because it's like a shop. It's brilliant. Yeah, a lot of our stuff that's planed is all priced up with a volume, size, what thickness has come out of. Prices there, all includes VAT unless it states otherwise. And then we just have a load of sort of like an off-cut bin where people can come in and select their own little bits and bobs for the last finishing, touching. What is that? Yeah, this is one of the Mozambican species. We've had a few of them in. It was just to see how it goes really with what customers thought of them. Yeah. And they seem to like it. We've sold quite a few now for them. Brilliant. Yeah. And we've got things like the Paduk as well. There's actually a lesser grade of the Paduk because of the sapwood and that, but I like it. It's pretty funky. Oh, that's lovely. Really nice. Cool. And then we come over to the racks over here, which you can see. So here you can just pretty much select your own boards. You pull out what you want, we'll price it up for you. So our pricing is done per cubic foot or cubic metre, whatever. We just tend to do cubic foot because we're using a smaller volume. But you're more than welcome. You can come in, you can select your own board. So we've got poplar here, for example, on the rack. You can take this, you can take it sawn, or you can get us to machine it for you. Our machining works in about 3 to 5 working days. Yep. Obviously, if we can do it quicker, we will. We've got things like zebrano up the top there. We have plain boards upstairs as well, which you can look at. But the sawn there is just a slightly cheaper option for the customer. If they've got their own tools, they can do it themselves. Yeah. We're not fussed. These do get restocked pretty often. Obviously, it depends on how quick each species sells. Yeah. We do a range of thicknesses as well, sort of from 25 to 50mm. And thicker, depending on the availability of the species. Okay, so as for these bits, obviously all the other bits are priced like you would in a shop. Yeah. These bits, where would people take these in order to get a price on them? So you can either ask myself or my colleagues. We'll price it up there for you on the spot here. Otherwise, we can just price it up in the office for you. That's not a problem. That's simple. Cool. Yeah, so it's pretty easy there. Sorry, out of interest, what are those bits up there? Like that bit? At the end, there's some English oak. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with that one yet. Yeah. And then we've got some walnut crutches over here. Yeah, those are lovely. It's a nice figure in the middle of those boards there. We've also got some cool coconut wood, which seems to be quite popular. I can pull out a few boards. You can see the rough sawn, and I'll show you some machine boards upstairs.
This is the only place I've seen coconut, and it's caught me off guard to start with, but it looks brilliant.
Yeah, it's a nice timber too. Well, it's not the easiest to work.
Yeah, quite fluffy,
but yes, yeah. But it does look quite cool once it's finished. And then moving on along here, we have some bigger slabs for your dining room tables, your mantelpieces, big shelves, desks, things like that. Again, these are pretty much all of them are priced up. Down here we'll have the Mozambican species that we do, as well as your Zebrano. I mean, there's a big 4-inch trunk of Zebrano there. You don't get much of those, to be honest. Your boardroom tables, things like that. Here's a big slab we have here. This is African mahogany. That's only half of the board. It was a 6 metre long slab.
Rob was eyeing us up for it earlier. Imagine that. You've got a lot of Bubinga here. Obviously, that's now on the CITES list, isn't it? What is this all old stock?
So this is I think this has been here for the last 4 or 5 years. As you know, the rosewood and all that came in. I think it was January 2017, the year before. But yeah, to get new stock is just becoming so much harder. Price is going up as a result, because obviously you can't harvest it anymore. Yeah,
of course. Okay. Brilliant. No, that bit is lovely. Like,
that's quite a cool piece.
My thicknesser isn't quite wide enough.
Yeah, it's a long time on the old router sledge. And then we have some longer planed or round bits. Again, we've got some panga there, your African walnut, your red elm, normal English elm as well, more purdock. Your maples as well. We've got the bird's eye maple, wormy maple, just normal hard maple.
Lovely.
Some purple heart there. Then we also do, these are these pretty funky mango slabs, which everyone seems to like. So with all these cracks and that, people are filling it with the resin you've probably seen.
No, it's obviously a bit of a trend at the moment.
So we do a lot of those. Then we've obviously got your sawn material here of the panga, chamfuta, mango, olive up there. So as and when we need for upstairs or for a bigger order, we can just pull from here for you. That's not a problem.
Nice.
So if customers want to come and select their own, they're more than welcome to. We'll pull it out for them. So in here we've got a few samples on the wall. This is only the first load, but there's a lot more to go up there. But you can come in here, we can pay. You can do an invoice for you, quotes here. And there's a few more slabs in here, There's some pink ivory down the bottom here, which you don't get much of.
That's the thing, it's such a small site, but you've rammed so much in here.
Bigger site's definitely needed, I think.
That's it.
So up we go here.
This is my favourite area.
So upstairs where we've got all your hobby bits, as we like to call it. We've got the African turning blanks that we do. There's some more behind me there. In this box here, we've got some of your more unusual pieces, your exotics. So your kingwood, your cocobolo, some tulip wood, Brazilian tulip wood, your rosewoods.
I saw the big old slab of Macassar here as well.
I
haven't seen that anywhere else.
So it's pretty much the plain bits that customers can come and pick and choose. I don't know, for smaller projects. You can also just see, because there's so many machine pieces there, you can get an idea of what to expect and the timber to look like. And you can see the variations, the natural variations in the timber. Then we also do some slabs that we have sort of samples of, so people can get an idea of what to expect. So you might have a slab that you want, say twice the size of this, but you like this timber. We can go downstairs, select something for you, work it with you, and decide what you want to sort of have, what features you want to keep, whether you want bow ties, things like that.
Because you add all the bow ties to them. I've seen that in a few bits.
We have done a few bits and bobs of that.
So if people wanted a special order of something, say a specific material, specific length, would you be able to source that?
Yes, we can do something like that. That's not a problem.
Awesome.
I mean, we've got so many different suppliers that we use ourselves. So if we don't have it on site, we can get it in. Things like the sapele, oak, all the volume sort of timbers, we can get that in with 3 days, 2-3 days, something like that. It's not too much
quality
of an issue. The problem for us is just storing it. We'd rather store the more unusual pieces than the sapele, the oak, and that kind of thing.
The eye-catching stuff.
Yes, the more interesting bits. So we've got some elm tops here. You've got some more oak over there that we've just machined up. again, people like making the live edge shelves,
Yeah.
small river tables, river coffee tables. That seems to really be the main thing now.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you also can do like a square edge top, for example. Here's the mango that we've taken planks of and joined them together for customers. Then along here you've got, again, there's your zebrano, your coconuts over here.
So this is perfect for all the hobbyists and things, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, the hobbyists are more than welcome.
So I think that's something, I know it scared me a lot when I came to a sawmill the first time.
Yes.
I thought I had to buy a huge length of stuff. Like this, you can just pick up anything and it might be pretty much exact dimensions that you already need, and yeah, you don't have to buy excessive amounts, obviously. So that's why I like this section. When I started off, it was brilliant, really.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone's got the power tools at home to plane it and do the big sort of machining jobs. We can do that for them if need be. Otherwise, you can take some of the plain stuff that we have on offer upstairs.
Yeah.
And again, if we don't have it up here and we've got it sawn boards, we will machine it up for you if you give us a few days. That's not a problem.
Cool.
But yeah, and there's just a few more of the unusual pieces down here.
So what's going on over here then?
Over here, we've just got a bit of a finishing area. So we've got a few slabs going through at the moment. We've got a wengi top that's being done and a nice big walnut table. Those will all be displayed on our social media once they've finished. Also, that if customers are walking around and they see things with like an orange dot or something, it just means it's online. Because we do quite a lot online as well. There's none up here because they're all usually kept tucked away downstairs.
Okay.
But yeah, there's the online section that customers can use. We aim to about 5 to 7 days for delivery with those sort of things, depending on the job. Again, it works out for those that can't get to us. If you're up north and you can't make it down, for example, you can buy online. And if we don't have it online and you are wanting something specific, we will machine it up, send photos, and see if you want it like that, and we can ship it out to you. That's not a problem.
Quality.
And then you've got your more, like your Vankel for musical instruments.
Yeah, I actually bought some of that exact stock for the bass guitar I just made.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, that is lovely stuff. Yeah, it's got a bit of curliness in it.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, some of them are a lot more curly than the other ones. But yeah, that's about us really.
No, it's awesome. Like I say, this section is brilliant, especially for those starting off, I think, where you just want to sort of,
exactly.
easy entry into visiting a sawmill and not be too intimidated by it. This is a perfect starting point for it, self-selection centre. So, have a look at the machining area real quick.
Okay, so in here we offer a basic machining service, basic PAR, planing. We can do volume of the machining as well.
I'm leaving that in. Amazing.
So we can do volume machining as well off-site, and then we have a planer thicknesser here. Well, we've got one there and we've got one here. So this one does up to 630mm wide, and then we have one over here that can do 510 wide. Planer surfacer there. Yeah, so like I say, we can do larger orders off-site, and then we can do your smaller bits and bobs here for you. That's not a problem. We don't do it there and then, depending on how busy we are. We can rip stuff to size for you, and we've also got a few track saws and things like that. In terms of joining boards, we've got obviously like a domino and things like that to join the board, so we can offer that service as well if it's something the customer wants. But yeah, so we do our own machining here. We've got a crosscut there, obviously, to get the longer bits in customers' cars.
That's great. So, returns policy.
Yeah.
Do you have a sort of firm set rule on that? Or?
We're pretty flexible, to be honest. We will take returns providing the timber hasn't been cut into firewood and is still usable, and we can resell it. Yeah. And if there's natural defaults, like knots and things, I mean, you've got to understand we are going to get them. Yeah. It's a natural product we're using. But if the boards, obviously, you pick it up and it's majorly twisted, you don't have to take it, and we'll take it back. That's not a problem. Again, in regards to returns from online products, sometimes it gets damaged in couriers, with the courier, sorry. We will take it back. Unfortunately, that's just a risk that the customer has.
Yeah, of course. I guess it's looked at an individual basis. Yeah, it's not individually, like a general rule.
But yeah, and if the timber's been sat there for years in the water or outside somewhere and has moved and twisted, obviously then we can't take it back. Yeah. That is just a sort of neglected piece of wood that we can't do anything with. Awesome. So it's going to be no use to us to resell.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything, I think, to be honest. So yeah, thank you very much for showing us around.
No worries,
really
man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
So there we go, that is Surrey Timbers. Such friendly guys in there, and I think that place is perfect for anyone who is intimidated about sawmills and worried about their first visit. That one works exactly like a shop, so easy, and they're perfectly accommodating for those of you who are struggling with things. Word of warning, bring a cutting list. That's something that always catches people off guard when they go here. They can supply tape measures and all that, but cutting list, bring one of those, you definitely need it. So yeah, that's Surrey Timbers. Of course, if you've got any questions at all, chuck it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll put links to all of Surrey Timbers' social media in the description below. Cheers.